love me, and so by default, you will let me down.
I love you, but you let me down.
Use me as an ATM machine for emotional support and therapy. Hello and welcome to Let's Talk. I can't believe I'm finally doing this. The amount of times I've filmed this video and then I've stopped and been like, no, that won't work. No, people won't like it. But you know what? I'm gonna do it. Let's Talk is essentially where I talk about how I feel and I sing songs that go along with how I feel. Today's song is You Let Me Down by Alessia Cara. This song I heard and I was like, it could not have been made for me any more than it has been. Disclaimer, if you're watching this and you think it's about you, I promise you it's not about you. But then at the same time, if you are thinking maybe this is about me, then maybe it is about you. But no, it's not about anyone, I know. It's just talking in general about situations that I feel. Here's the first part of the song.
You have created the fire in my past. Can't run free if I keep looking back. It's a lost cause, it's a bad bad, it's a storm, but gotta face it.
You know when you do something and you just know it's gonna end bad? I get these like feelings about people and I don't know how to explain it without sounding like a psychopath. Whenever anyone does me dirty or whenever anyone hurts me, I always know beforehand, and it's just a feeling, and I just know like, oh, so and so is gonna hurt me, so and so is gonna make me feel like I shouldn't have done that. And I always like record it in my notes app or in my Snap memories. I have one from last October and it's literally a photo of my pillowcase, and I've just typed, I'm trying to emotionally detach but this is going to hurt. And I already knew from last year October that someone in my life at that point in time was going to end up hurting me. However many months on, now I look back and I'm like, I was right. And I think it's kind of like, it's self-inflicted pain, like, oh, let me tell myself it's going to go bad so that when it does go bad, I'm not that let down. Which is why when the chorus then goes,
oh, I love you, but you let me down. Oh, I love you, but you let me down.
I love you, but you let me down. I think that is kind of the sadder part about it. I think it should be I love you and you let me down. Not I love you but you let me down. Because for me, I see the two as hand in hand. You love me, and so by default you will let me down. And that's not a bad thing, is what I'm realizing. That's not a bad thing, that's a human thing. Humans just let each other down, that's the way it goes. And I think for so long I had this idea of what I wanted love to be. I don't mean love in the romantic sense, I mean love even platonically, maternally, paternally. I had an idea that, okay, in the relationships with people that I love, there's a certain way I thought it should be. And I thought, oh, this is just common sense. And then I realized, no, this is not common sense. People don't share in the values that I have. Like, there's some things that I do for certain people that it's like, when the time comes, there's no reciprocation. And it's like, you've let me down, but it doesn't change the fact that I love you. Which is why I love you, but you let me down. It's like, because you let me down, I can no longer love you. But it will actually be, I love you and you let me down. Because everyone who loves you will let you down. It doesn't have to be a sad thing. I love you and you let me down.
The last time for an eternity. Oh, you're only mine when I am on my feet.
You're only mine when I'm on my feet really just hit me in my chest, because I feel like that's saying you only care about me, you only appreciate me when I'm doing well. I am gonna say this now, And again, like I said, this is not anyone who's watching, because if you're watching this video, you're one of the people in my life that I care about and I value and I appreciate as a friend. And even if I don't say it all the time, even if I don't show it all the time, you are one of those people. The people I'm referring to here are people who use me as an ATM machine for good luck and well wishes and emotional support and therapy. You're only mine when I'm on my feet. It's like, you're only there for me when I'm good. You know, when you think you found that one friend who actually fully, completely, wholly and truly gets you, and then it's like, I expressed to her something that upset me, and she went and did the very thing that I just expressed to her upsets me. And it was like, this friendship is not friendship if we're only friends when it's for your benefit, when I'm on my feet so I can serve you and I can help you and I can be there for you. I'm trying to see it in not a sad light, because at the end of it all, I think the realization throughout this song, and the realization I had when I was listening to it, is like, this doesn't have to be a sad thing, it can be something that we learn from.
You're elusive and it kills me, inconclusive, never ending. Oh, I love you, but you let me down. Yeah, oh, I love you, but you let me down.
This is where the hurt is, this is where the action is, and this is my acceptance of the situation going down in the middle to separate the two. I can accept your action and I can accept the hurt I feel by it, and I can just acknowledge that. I love you, but you let me down.
And I'll go as fast as I can, no time for a moment to myself. Yeah, I'll go as fast as I can, I swear all my life is for the best.
The hardest thing about being able to leave any form of any relationship, whether that be a friendship or a romantic relationship, I think is acknowledging that you're letting go. I'll go as fast as I can is really a me thing, because in my life I do so much and I'm so busy all the time, and I think it's to stop myself from thinking about hurt that has been caused to me. And I swear on my life it's for the best. It's like, I don't know if you have that, if anyone's ever had that realization after a friend breakup or after any sort of breakup where you're like, this hurts so much, but it's gonna be better in the end. And it's a bittersweet feeling, and I don't know how to explain it, because if you've not felt it, it's a very difficult thing to put into words. But it's that, like, I want you to stay in my life, and I want to be able to care for you and show you that love, but you have pushed me to an extent where I can now no longer do that without putting myself at a disadvantage.
And I might call you on your birthday, cut the words I wanted to say, missing small talk, then I'll tear up, then I'll hang up, and I'll go on before I can say.
I did this thing 2 years ago where I wrote letters to everyone in my life who I care about, who has hurt me, and who I forgive. And I wrote everyone letters, I gave it to them all at Christmas, and some of them were just apologies. Some of them I was like, look, during our time as friends, I was a bad friend, I own up to that, I admit that, and I apologize. And I just sorted so much with so many people, and doing that brought me so much freedom, because it made me realize that all the bitterness and hurt I'd been carrying could just have been said, and it could just have been sorted, and it was. And I think I wrote like 16 letters in total, and I just sent them to people I know, whether we hadn't spoken in 2 years or whether we were still friends to that day. And I think that was one of the best things I've ever done. Honestly, I strongly recommend, because people say write people letters and then fold it up and put it in your drawer, but I wrote people letters and then I gave it to them, so they read what I thought about them, and I was completely 100% honest in every single one of my letters, because I was like, the whole point of me doing this is to get all these things I want to say off my chest. But then it's like, there's things you can't fully say. There's some things that no matter how much I try, I'll never be able to say to people. I'll never be able to be completely brutally honest with certain individuals in my life. I'll never be able to reach a level of like emotional honesty with certain people, because to do that is to be vulnerable. There's this quote I saw and it's like, I'm really good at being open, I'm really bad at being vulnerable. Oh my god, could not describe me any better. Because I will, like in this video, I've just shared so much with you guys, but not once have I been vulnerable. I'm literally sat here and I'm smiling and I'm calm and I'm composed, because I'm not gonna open myself up emotionally to a bunch of strangers who might be watching this video, or to my friends in real life who I can't even see right now watching this video. Like if I was gonna do that, it'd be in a face-to-face conversation. Vulnerability is not something that I feel like can be given without being taken advantage of. But that's a whole nother video.
The moment kept us waiting, I will keep it sacred, like it's golden. Wish you nothing but an exhale, and I'm hoping you hear when I say
I will keep it sacred is such a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I think something I had to learn, especially recently, is that something can hurt you and you can still hold on to the good memories from that thing. Like just because it ended didn't mean it was all bad. A friendship or any sort of relationship that's ended, just because it's done doesn't mean that all the good things don't exist anymore. Like cool, all the bad things still exist, but there were good things too. There were good happy moments that don't have to be looked back at with feelings of resentment or bitterness. Like you can still hold on to those good times. I won't waste my breath in expressing how you hurt me. I just want the best for you. And I feel like that's something that I'm really proud of myself about, because especially as I've seen myself grow, I used to hold on to so much anger and bitterness and resentment, and I've just been letting all of that go. And I can genuinely say, like, anyone who's ever done me any wrong, in my heart, I still always wish them nothing but the best. It doesn't mean I actively go out of my way to ensure they get nothing but the best, but it means that if I see them successful and if I see them happy, I'll be like, okay, that's good for you.
I never meant to let you down. Oh, I never meant to let you down.
I think you have to accept fault in the breakdown of any sort of relationship, whether that's with your parents, with your siblings, with your friends, with a significant other. If it's gone wrong, you weren't perfect either. I wasn't perfect. I never meant to let you down. It's like, your intent was never to do bad. My intent never is to do bad, but I'm aware that there are times in my life when I have done bad unknowingly, and that's just me owning up to that. And it hurts because it's like, part of me is like, in the other person's mind, was their intent malicious? Like, did they mean to hurt me? Or was it just a thing where, from my side too, like, it wasn't intentional? But I feel like thinking like that is a very dangerous road to go down, because some people are past the point of redemption, and if you make excuses for them, then you'll just end up falling into the same trap. So it's a fine line to walk. I'm not perfect. I've snapped, I've been rude, I've got mad. But the thing is with me, I give the same energy back that I receive. So if I feel like you're being off with me, I'll be cold towards you. And then when you then retaliate, then I'll retaliate, which is something I need to stop doing, because it doesn't get the situation anywhere. I hope you guys enjoyed that sort of breakdown. This is the first one, so like, I'm a bit nervous. If you guys want to hear this song, I suggest you go and listen to it. It's kind of like a poppy, like upbeat, happy kind of tune, and then the lyrics are sad, and I love that combination because it tricks my brain into thinking, yeah, you were happy, and then it's like the lyrics are like, I love you but you let me down, and it's like, oh, this was the first episode of Let's Talk. I quite like doing this, and I think there are a lot of songs that I could do this for, and I'd love to break down some more of my thought processes with you guys. But thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Any ideas, any concepts, any songs, let me know. I will see you guys for either a next episode of Let's Talk, a vlog, or something else completely random. But yeah, thank you.